Good evening, everyone. We're here to make a basic baked macaroni and cheese. And if you don't have a macaroni and cheese game, this is something to get you through the door, get you in the game. You can always expand from this. You can add different cheeses. You can add different toppings. You can add a lot of things to this to take it up a notch. But this will get you started. So at the end, once you put it in the oven, you can even have baked off some bacon and had that as a crumble on top. You can even do some shrimp scampi and just add it in a little bit on top, but maybe not throughout the whole thing, but just as on top, because shrimp is kind of expensive. So any kind of topping, accompaniment, maybe some green onions if you like that with your macaroni cheese, scallions, who knows? It's something that you can elevate this basic macaroni and cheese and take it to another level. Right now, I just have the regular cheeses. I really don't use yellow cheese, but I have it because of color and that some people can want to use it. I also have white cheddar cheese. This is probably I prefer using white cheddar. So this is aged white cheddar. This is mild cheddar, and that is pepper jack cheese. And I don't have the hot sauce here, as you see, because that will get into the entire macaroni and cheese. And if you don't like spicy, then it would kind of mess that up. So what we have here is our butter, cream cheese. You already had the picture, so you see all of the ingredients. You have the recipe. I've already cooked off my noodles without oil. Do not put, when you're making any noodles, to have a sauce with it or to be coated. You don't ever want to boil your noodles with oil in it. So I boiled my noodles in just salt, water, and I did it to where the noodles, I cooked them until where the noodles are al dente. So you don't want to overcook your noodles, because we're going to be baking this off again for 10 to 20 minutes, and then that would be a mushy macaroni and cheese, mushy noodle for your macaroni and cheese. So just be careful in cooking your noodles. You want to cook it till they're just tooth tender, where you can just bite into them, because then again, we're going to add the sauce, we're going to put them in the oven, and we're going to bake it off again. What else is there? Oven already set to 350 degrees, preheated. Noodles are already ready to go. Let's get into it. So we're going to make a basic roux with butter and flour. That makes a basic roux. We put our butter in. We're going to let that melt a little bit. And as that melts, I will begin to add in my flour. And that will create our roux, right? This butter is nice and soft already, so it's not going to take us long to get this incorporated. I'm going to crank this heat up just a little bit here. I might have to crank it back down. So just want to get it where, and it's a roux, bechamel sauce. Well, not a sauce, bechamel is a sauce, but just the roux, where it's a thickener. And today I have my amazing bakery chef Hannah, so she's correcting me on all my terminology. Even though I gave her the terminology before she went there, she's correcting me on all my terminology terms. She came back with a whole lot of French terms, and I'm like, honey, you need to speak English to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and begin to go ahead and add my flour, and because this is cooked down enough, so this is our flour, 2 tablespoons of flour here. Get all that goodness in there. All right. So I melted my butter, and it's stirred into our flour. gonna crank it up a little bit more. There we go. So now, this is what it should look like. This is what you should have. And I made a kind of boo-boo on purpose because I didn't want the butter already melted by the time you guys looked at it. I wanted you to see that if your butter wasn't melted and you made a mistake, I don't want your butter to be brown. So we really don't want to brown your butter because then now you're making gravy. So, or you're making a brown roux for other things. So this is the color of our roux. We want it blonde or buttery looking, not brown, not where the butter solids are starting to turn brown or anything else. So we've created a roux. This is it. I don't want you to have it any hotter than this or begin to cook the butter fats in. So that's good. And that was a half a stick of, which is half a cup of butter, which is a half a stick. A whole stick of butter, which is half a cup of butter. So then we're going to whisk in our Dijon mustard. Here, we put in our Dijon mustard. It said whisk, and I don't have a whisk. But you should have a whisk. So, as again, you can see, I didn't have a whisk and I'm making it work. It's gonna work. Okay, so you see our butter starting to bubble. So I need to get these ingredients in here, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and begin to get all that mustardy goodness in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my milk because that will calm down the butter. I don't leave anything else because, especially this cream, I want all of that in there. Cream is expensive, so of course I want all of that in there. And it makes it taste good, so definitely want all of that in there. Okay. So now it's calmed down my roux a lot. So I didn't want that butter turning brown on me. And brown butter is good in a lot of things, but not this. Okay? Any other time I would love some brown butter, but not this. Okay, so now we're gonna add our cream cheese. And it's room temperature. This will help it to melt, okay? And so we're gonna add this in here. We gotta cook this until it's smooth and bubbly. So I'm gonna break it up into pieces, okay? See, it's nice and soft. It's not hard, but it could have been a lot softer. So in yours, make sure it's a lot softer. Okay. All right. And we want to cook this down till it's nice and smooth and bubbly. Again, nice, smooth, and bubbly. And I'm taking off all this creamy goodness because I don't want to waste anything. I want all the cheese I'm supposed to have. Not that I'm a cheesy person, but I don't like American cheese. I don't. It's good in some things, but I haven't found a thing yet. Sorry. All right, so when this is smooth and bubbly and it's all incorporated, I'm gonna put my, that's why I have this paper towel here. Be able to set my utensils down. So I'm not over in my stove area. So normally I have my spoon holders and my spatula catchers and my fork holders. Marble. slabs that hold on my utensils, hot pots. So this is coming together real quick. So crank it up a little bit more because I want it hot and bubbly. And we're doing okay because it's starting to melt and blend and incorporate. Our next add-ins will be our cheeses, our salt and pepper, hot sauce if you want it. Not for me, but hot sauce if you want it, because I would do it, but some people in my family do not like hot and spicy. But I'm all over the hot and spicy, but so I would have it, but some people can't. So I don't put it in. But that's the next add-ins are your cheeses and your hot sauce, salt and pepper. And this is not hot and bubbly, so you gotta get it till it's hot and bubbly. Smooth and bubbly, excuse me, smooth and bubbly. Okay, so now we're at the point where it's smooth, slightly thick, and bubbly. It's starting to, when you see the bubbles, we're there. We don't want to take it over to the edge where it's totally bubbly. So we're here. As you can hear that, you hear the heat rising through the sauce. At this point, again, I will not be adding the hot sauce. So I will begin to add my cheeses. Handful at a time, hot sauce at this point, salt and pepper. Okay, put in my salt and pepper because I want to make sure that gets incorporated in everything, not just on top of the cheese or on one slice, on one sliver of cheese or one grated. I want it on everything. So I put that in first purposely so that I can make sure it's incorporated into the sauce. Now, handful at a time. And not in one clump because we don't want it a big ball that we have to then mix until it smooths out. So that's why it's a handful at a time. All right, I'm gonna leave a cheese out and make sure I have some left over, okay? All right, I'm getting ready to that point now where we can add in our noodles. All right, so at this point, I'm gonna be careful that I don't use up all of my cheeses for this sauce. I need to save some, hold some back for the toppings, okay? Not the goodness. Right, so I love more white cheddar than I do yellow cheddar. Yellow cheddar is just color. That's all it does. It wants color. Sometimes we want color. So that's it. Save the rest for a little color. Now, if it was me, I wouldn't have any other color. But some people like it because I don't like dyes in my food. But I would eat the yellow cheddar. I would definitely eat it. Okay, so that's it. We're good. Now we're stirring our cooked noodles until just combined. We're getting ready to transfer this into our casserole dish. Crank this heat all the way off. Okay, so. Okay. Here we go. Like, Victoria, don't add all those noodles. We just like the cheesy. No, we gotta add the noodles. Right. And at this point, again, you want to have any stir-ins, add-ins, extra cheese. I'm going to incorporate this here, okay? And then some people like to have just the shreds of cheese. Oh, by the way, do not use pre-shredded cheddar cheese, period, because it comes with a cornstarch that coats the cheese and keeps it from separating and getting all clumpy. And it will be bad juju if you use that cheese. So do not use pre-shredded cheddar cheese. Do not put oil in your noodles. Okay, so here we go. We're going to transfer this into our casserole dish. This is a 13 by 9 inch casserole dish, 13 by 9, 13 and a half by 9, 3/4. We're transferring this in. Again, oh my good. In there. I don't like to waste stuff. All right. My good old spatula, because I like to make sure I have everything in there. Right, we're transferring. And again, this is at this point, you can add extra bacon, shrimp. You can add extra shreds of cheese. You can elevate this. You can add clumps or chunks of Havarti, Gouda. Some people like blue cheese. It's your world. This is you. This is all about you. But make this first. This is what I advise. First, make it the way it is. Then go experimenting. Go deep into the world of experimentation, because that's how you learn to elevate and to grow as a person that is cooking. We all grow and experiment and do different things and take the basic things and elevate them. And then when you get past that, honey, you just go on over to the next level, which I have done with many of my family's recipes. I've taken them and moved on. That's what we're supposed to do. Move on. Elevate. But then you have the confidence to do that. All right. So now at this point, let's add our toppings. So here. So this is my cheddar jack. My daughter wants cheddar jack, and because my husband's not going to eat cheddar jack, I'm just going to put it on one side, and the rest of the family will eat their cheddar jack and leave his side, and the leftovers to come with the regular cheddar cheese. All right. Now, white, aged cheddar, mild cheddar. You can even use sharp cheddar. I love cheddar. I love Swiss cheese. I love baby Swiss. It's so hard to clean once you get it on. All right. Again, this is it. We're getting ready to go in the oven at 350 degrees for 10 to 20 minutes. After that, I want you to, if you have your lid on, take it off and let it brown a little bit, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, this for me, that would be beautiful because it would be just white cheddar. But I know we need some color, so some people need color. It's just so white. Yeah, it's okay. I love white. I love color too, but you know, I don't like the dye of the white of the cheddar, so I can live without that. We're done. We're gonna cover this baby, pop her in the oven, 10 to 20 minutes. My oven is already preheated to 350. I'll see you when she comes out. She's a bubbling and she's ready. So I'm gonna pull her out. She hasn't browned. I have to put them on the top rack, and I'm gonna put him on a low broil. Let's get them up. I'm gonna take this top off. Pop that top. Beautiful. Now, since mine is not allowing it to brown, I'm gonna brown them in the oven. All right. I'm gonna put them on broil. I'm gonna crank it down to low, and this is where it gets real sticky. This is not a walk away situation. You must stay and watch. I'll see you back done. It is out of the oven. It has browned slightly. If you like yours brown a little bit more, go ahead and brown it a little bit more. If you don't, this is about the brownness that I would want. Everyone in my family would like it a little bit browner, but then you cross it over. So my oven is a little wonky. Again, on that bottom rack, I would not have it at the lowest rack because you do not want the outside around and the bottom to burn. So you one level rack up above. Browning, this all on your particular taste. I stopped here. You can go a little further. Just don't burn it. All right, everyone. Have an amazing rest of your day. Till the next time.